So, after hearing the story or the whole novel, let's talk about the styles of the author. So, first we have the conflict man versus self. So, in the story, we can see that Katniss' duty to protect her sister, her desire to stay alive, and her need to kill others in order to win all conflict with Katniss' reluctance to compete in the tournament. So that's the man versus self. Now is the man versus man. So in the story, particularly that of the tributes battling each other in the games, and that of the people fighting against the oppressive Panem government. So fighting with each other as tributes is a conflict showing man versus man. Next is the man versus society. So Katniss wants to go against the capital as she hates it, but is conflicted because with President Snow watching over, her family could be in grave danger. Next, the author uses the style of flashback. So when Katniss and Peeta are in the Hunger Games in a cave and Peeta tells Katniss about the first day of school when Peeta was in love with Katniss and what happened all day. And when Katniss remembers the times when her father just died and that she was really poor and her mother was extremely sad. So that shows flashback in the story. Next is the author uses foreshadowing. So in the earlier part of the book, it explains about how Katniss and Peeta met and how she's known him, but never talked to him until the time he gives her the bread needed when she is starving. So this shows foreshadowing because it develops hints that Peeta likes Katniss and later on in the book, this turns out to be true. So, this is the theme of the Hunger Games. It explores a number of themes and issues, including ideas of poverty, wealth, power, violence, and reality television. So, the ability and desire to survive would rightfully comes first and foremost. Next is the cultural implication. So the Hunger Games trilogy reveals exploitative and anthropocentric consumer-driven culture as a normative context in Western society, while simultaneously drawing attention to alternative place-based or biocentric communal and sustainable potential relationships to the environment. And lastly, the implication of the title. So the title Hunger Games refers to the annual blood sport that Katniss gets pulled into, or the 24 tributes from the 12 districts get dropped into an arena and battle to the death to prove that the capital is still in charge. So it is a game between life and survival. Now let's relate the moral of the story into our personal lives. So the Hunger Games is set in a society that is very similar to our own. So for example, the poor lived in deplorable circumstances while the wealthy have complete authority. So watching teenagers compete in a death march is a popular pastime. So the story ends on a bleak, sorrowful, and ultimately frustrated note. So Katniss does not kill the story's main antagonist. She does not have the love relationship that many expected her to have. And most importantly, there is no ambiguous victory. So for more information, just look at our references for the whole book. That's all and thank you.